Hello everyone, Daryl the Northern Vinyl Guy, and on today's video I am going to be spelling out my town that I live in using 8 vinyl record albums. I will see you on the flip side. Hello everyone, Daryl the Northern Vinyl Guy, and today, as I mentioned in my intro, I'm going to be spelling out the town that I live in. I could have gone, if I didn't really want everybody to know what town I live in and stuff like that. I think it's been pretty well advertised in recent videos. I could have went with a place like Timmins, or I could have went with Cochrane or something like that. But I am going to spell out my town of Moosonee using 8 vinyl records. And the way that I got this idea was, I know it's been around for a couple of years. I've seen some other videos from like 2 or 3 years ago, but there was or I shouldn't say there was a channel. There is a channel that I've watched, and those of you that know me know that I'm not like huge into death metal or black metal or anything like that, but I kind of have a fascination with it. And there's a guy out of Ireland, Northern Ireland, out of Belfast. And his channel is called the Blackened Hymns channel. I'll leave a link down below. He hasn't made a video for a few months now, but hopefully he'll make some videos soon. But if you like death metal and black metal and that kind of stuff, check him out. But he had a subscriber contest. I think he was at 400 subs or something along those lines. So he held a contest recently. And he spelled out Belfast using records and CDs that he had in his collection. So I'm going to do that for my video today. So let's get started with Moosonee. And I think that this is going to play kind of interesting. I don't think that there's too many towns or whatever where there's 3 O's in the town plus 2 E's in the same word. So it'll be interesting to see. Now, the other thing is, before I get started here, I know that some people, when they alphabetize their records, they alphabetize them by first names, not last names. In the case of this, I'll be going by last names. That's how I alphabetize my collection. So when it comes to O, we might be seeing some last names that start with O. All right, so let's get started here. All right, the M. I am going to be going with a British new wave band. Actually, it's not even a band. It is a single artist, but he has had other people contribute to his work. But he's best known for his song Pop Music, and that is the project we would call M. So the band name, or his name, or the project name is called M. The famous song that is off of this is Pop Music. And it's got a pretty cool label, I think, for this. And then on the back side, it's got a whole pile of Albert Einstein photos, or what appears to be Albert Einstein sticking his tongue out. If you haven't heard this, the song Pop Music, check it out. Very cool British new wave music. All right, the first O in Moosonee. I'm going with Billy Ocean and his album Love Zone. And this is on Jive Records. I think the Jive record has always got a very distinct and cool label, but this is the Love Zone album. I really do like Billy Ocean. But this one has When the Going Gets Tough. It has Love Zone, and There'll Be Sad Songs to Make You Cry. So there you go. 1980s in a nutshell right there. So M-O, second O, going with the German pressing here. Band called Opus, and the album Live is Life. Now, Live is Life was a song that was often played at NHL hockey games or other sporting events. Very cool. It's got the video strips right here on the back, or film strips, I guess we would call them. Those of you that remember, having to go back to the old Polaroid cameras and Nikon cameras and all that kind of stuff, having to get your film developed. But this is on the Polydor label. To my knowledge, I think that this is the only hit song they had in North America was Live as Life. They are an Austrian band, but that is a German pressing. So if you haven't checked them out, Opus Live as Life, give it a shot. Definitely some 1980s, I guess you would call it rock type music, or soft rock, but very cool stuff. Those of you that watch hockey and sports may recognize that track. All right, the S in Moosonee, I'm going to go with Survivor and Eye of the Tiger. You can't go wrong with this album. This one here was actually kind of donated to me via a friend that lives here, or that lived here. He is now retired from my school, but he had a whole pile of records in his house. He had donated them to me a few years ago before he left, and this just so happened to be one of those records. So we got Eye of the Tiger on here. The first side of this album is pretty cool, from start to finish. Feels Like Love, Hesitation Dance, the one that really matters, I'm Not That Man Anymore. Do like me a little bit of Survivor. Not on this particular album as The Search Is Over, but I really like that track by Survivor as well. And of course, it is on Scotti Brothers label, popularized by Weird Al Yankovic. Has a lot of his albums on Scotti Brothers. So there you go. A little bit of Survivor and Eye of the Tiger. All right, the third O in Moosonee, I'm going to go with Roy Orbison, and this is a greatest hits album on the Monument label. And so Roy Orbison, I always thought, when my dad used to have one of his albums when I was a kid, it was always on the end of the shelf, and I always thought that his name was pronounced Orbison. I don't know why. I guess an 8-year-old kid, I was just phonetically saying his name. But this one here has It's Over, Blue Bayou, Indian Wedding, Falling, Working for the Man, Pretty Paper. And then on side 2, Mean Woman Blues, Lana, In Dreams, Leah, Born on the Wind, and What Did I Say? So there you go. And of course, down on the bottom of the album on the back side, you got advertisements for some of his other albums. So Roy Orbison's Crying, we got Roy Orbison's In Dreams, and another Roy Orbison's Greatest Hits album advertised on the back. So little Roy Orbison, I'm a fan, definitely a fan of him in Traveling Wilburys and other solo stuff. The N. Well, I don't think I've shown this one before, but I do have some Nazareth, but only the Greatest Hits album. Like this album. This one is on A&M label. But of course this has Love Hurts on it, Hair of the Dog, This Flight Tonight, Razmanaz, all the good stuff that you want. Very cool backside there with the stars and whatnot that are in the background. Sorry, I shouldn't even say the stars. The disco ball shining in the background. Cool logo. So Nazareth's Greatest Hits. And like the Roy Orbison one, this has some ads for some of their other albums as well. Yeah, neat stuff. Loud and Proud, Razmanaz, etc. All right, the last two letters of Moosonee are E, and so I am going with a little bit of Escape Club, 1980s kind of pop music, I guess we would call it. I don't think it's new wave, not really new wave, more pop. And this is they're most known for Wild Wild West, of course. Living in the Wild Wild West. There you go, the backside there. So Escape Club, kind of known for being a one-hit wonder, but if I remember right, I think they did a song called I'll Be There. I'd have to fact check that one, but I think that they were kind of a two-hit ordeal. And this one here is on the Atlantic green and red pressing. All right, and then to finish it all off, we are going to go with another band that was popular like Survivor was in the early 80s, that rock music, and we're going to go with Europe's Final Countdown. And this one here is on the Epic label. So who can't go wrong with a little bit of Final Countdown? Speaking of songs that are from, you know, NHL hockey games or sporting events, this one also has their other major hit on it, Carrie. So there you go. To finish this all off, we've got a little bit of Final Countdown and Europe. So there we go. We have spelled it out, Moose and E, using 8 albums from my collection. If you haven't done this, I mean, it's kind of a fun thing to try out. I'm not making it a thread or anything like that because it's already been done. You know, it's been done for contests. Like I said, I will leave a link to the Blackened Hymns channel down below. And yeah, if you like my content, please do subscribe if you haven't already done so. Leave some comments down below. If you are a returning subscriber, I do appreciate your support for my channel. And yeah, that is it. Until next time, stay safe, everyone, and have a great one.